Hi everyone, welcome back on Study Room. So, continuing our chapter number 2 of economics. In this video, we will be studying about quality of population. Okay, what determines the quality of population? There are two major factors that determine the quality of population, which is first education, second healthcare. Okay, so in this video, we will be in detail study about education factor and healthcare as factor. So let's start. First, what is quality of population? Okay, so quality of population depends upon literacy rate, health status, indicated by life expectancy, and skill formation and development. Okay, so our population should be literate, should have a better healthcare status and skill formation. These are the major factors which determine quality of population. Quality of population is very essential because it determines the growth rate of the country. Okay, so quality of population determines the growth rate of the country. Okay, um, when we talk about quality of population, now these factors are very important: literacy, healthcare, skill formation. If the population is literate and healthy, so population turn out to be a asset for the country. While on the other hand, in contrast, if the population is like population is illiterate or unhealthy, the life expectancy is not a very good scale, so it becomes liability for the country. Then government had to take responsibility of all the factors. Okay, let's study about education in the first place. Okay, education, we all understand it's very important. Okay, it's very important input for the growth of the society. Okay, being educated is very important because it opens new horizons, develops values, and gives ability to aspire. If you study, you will understand the importance of studying for betterment of your future. Okay, so you also get this ability and motivation to study for let's say study for further. You guys are in school right now, so you guys know that you have to do your college and then your masters and so on. So you aspire because you studied well. This will eventually help in society's growth. Okay, so it increase national income, as well as richness and culture of one's country. Now we see students are studying and they are innovating such amazing things. It's all because of the basic education that they have, and the ability to aspire and to do better for themselves. Okay, so that's why education is very important. Now let's study about education in India. Let's understand what is the condition of education in India. Okay, so the first point here is provision for universal access in elementary education. Yes, universal access means that it is accessible to a child from every strata, at least the elementary education. Okay, so elementary education is universal accessible to people to kid who is coming from any kind of strata, social background, economic background. Okay, so everybody should be at least elementary educated. Okay, with the special emphasis in our country has been given to girls because of we'll understand why girls are given more importance, but we already know that because of the literacy rate among girls are very less as compared to men. Okay, second point here is now initiative which has been taken are schools like Navodaya Vidyalaya. They are opened for vocational streams, and they help in developing and enhancing uh, skill and knowledge of a child. Okay, so such schools have been also opened uh, for skill based schools have also been opened for the kids. Okay, third point here. We now, if we understand the expenditure on education percentage of GDP, we'll see that in 1951 to 52, this was only 0.64%, which means education was not considered as very essential and important part of our country's. Hence, the expenditure was less. But the situation has changed now. If we see in terms of today's expenditure, it has come to 3 to 3.5% on expenditure on education. Means that government are being more aware and understanding the importance of educating the population. Next point, literacy and disparities in literacy rates. There are disparities in literacy rates. Let's understand how. So literacy rates has obviously has increased. Okay, it was just 18% during 1951, and from 20 to 2020 data, it has been 79.9%. Means more people are being educated. People are now understanding the importance of education and sending their kids to school. Okay, so it has been 79.9%. Female literacy rate is 16% lower than men. Yes, it has always been literacy rate, female literacy rate in India has always been lower as compared to men, and it is 16% lower than men's. Okay. Um, there are wide difference in literacy rate in term of region wise as well. Okay, so the region wise disparity also occurs. So here we study about gender, uh, gender wideness. Here we studied about how duration, time duration wideness, and in this we will study about uh, differences on the basis of region. Okay, so for example, Kerala has highest literacy rate, which is 94%. Okay, well, on the other hand, Bihar has the lowest literacy rate, which is 62%. Okay, so on these three bases, we divide the literacy disparities has been divided. Next, let's understand the steps which has been taken to improve the education system in India and education in India. Okay, so very first thing is expansion of primary school system. Primary school system has been expanded now. It has been more dilute by poor schooling and high dropout rates, right? So it used to be high dropouts and poor schooling. Now it has been now the primary school system is expanding for many kids. Okay, second point here is service shiksha abhiyan. Okay, service shiksha abhiyan is a initiative, is a project initiation that is being taken to ensure universal access. Universal access means um, every kid who is coming from any kind of social background, any kind of financial background or religious background should be allowed to study, should be ensured to study. Okay, be it from any gender. Okay, so it's universal access. So in Service Shiksha Abhiyan, universal access have been ensured to elementary education for all age 6 to 14 years. Okay, for 6 to 14 years in many government schools, education are free of cost. Okay, third thing here is it bridge courses and back to school campus initiative. So this is the name of an initiative. Bridge courses and back to school campus are being also initiated to increase the enrollment in elementary school. So such initiations has also been taken um, to increase the enrollment number. Okay, fourth is very famous and very important scheme which we call as midday meal. Midday meal was also introduced to improve student attendance and retention at school. Okay, as well as nutrition level of young kids. Many kids send their many kids of coming from a very poor background. Their parents send them to school so that they get midday meal, so that at least they could be nourished well. So this was two uh, a two goal thing which has been set. It also helps in improving attendance in school, and second, it also nourish the it gives nourishment to the young child. Next topic here is higher studies in India. Now, we understand that our government focuses on elementary education, but studies or higher education is also very, very important. So, let's understand higher studies in India. Okay. Gross enrollment ratio, GER, is very, very important. GER is for the age group of 18 to 23 years. Okay, means if people or students who are still engaged in studying in higher studies at the age group of 18 to 23. Okay, so GER ratio in our country is 26.3% in 2018 to 19. Okay, which is in line the world average rate. Okay, now this is one about higher studies in India. Second is 12th 5-year plan. Okay, so 12th 5-year plan, it was planned to raise the gross enrollment ratio by increasing access. Okay, by increasing access, quality, adopting specific curriculum, networking, and use of IT. So these are the factors or the determinants which has been taken in consideration to increase the gross enrollment ratio, so that students can be more aware that they also just don't have to take elementary education, they also have to take um, higher education, because higher education and higher studies is also very, very important. Okay, so government has made the institution more accessible to the students if they have increased the quality of institution, and adopting state specific curriculum has also been taken place. Networking and use of IT means spreading different type of courses and network have also been included in 12th 5-year plan to increase the gross enrollment ratio. Okay, third point here is a new focus we see today by the government is being taken to distance education. Okay, distance education means people or the students who leave our country and take admission in another country for higher education. So it is called distance education. Um, this has been also in new focus, because when a kid will go there and study their culture, their everything, will come back with this knowledge and could imply in our country, so it will ultimately benefit our country. Okay, so this distance education has been a very, very new on focus, as well as convergence of formal and non-formal has also been taken into consideration. Okay, IT education and IT institutions are also being considered very, very seriously, because this has been seen as the future of the country. Okay, next, coming up, I have a brainstorming question for you all. So please think upon it a little bit. Why are women less educated than men? What are the effect of this? Yes. Why do you think women are less educated, or female literacy rate is lesser than men? And what are the effect of this? What effect does it have on society or on us individual? Yes, this is because women are less educated than men, because of the more preference given to boys or son of the family. More preference, more preferences given to boys or sons of the family, neglecting education of girl child, neglecting education of girl child. So these are the few reasons why women are less educated than men. Culturally and historically, they have not been given such importance? Because sons or boys are considered to be the future of the family, while females were not considered future. Okay, the effect of this is high lower literacy rates of female, and they're not into high paid uh, jobs, and they are into unorganized sectors with the underpaying payments. Okay, so these are the few reasons. Now, our second very important part of quality is healthcare. To understand healthcare, first let's understand what is health. Okay, so health helps a person to realize his potential and ability to fight with any illness. Okay, healthcare is one of the most important and main. Our next topic in quality of population is healthcare. So, to understand healthcare, let's understand what is health first and how it is important. Health helps people to realize his potential and ability to fight with illness. Health is one of the main and most health is most important determinants of productivity. When one person is healthy, they will obviously be very much productive. If a person is not healthy, definitely they'll not be able to be as productive, right? So health is very important. Health help us to realize the potential and ability to fight with any illness. Okay, government's policy has aimed to improve the access to healthcare, family welfare, and nutritional services. So, government have launched various policies and projects that we will study in next slides, which improve in the healthcare sector of our country. Okay, over the last 50 years, vast healthcare manpower and infrastructure has been set up. Because of the high population, it has the healthcare sector that has been always set up in our country is always less. Okay, so over the first 50 years, this sector has been constantly on work to improve the healthcare manpower and infrastructure. Okay, uh, manifold health centers means health centers have been improved, their quality and their numbers have been increased. Hospital doctors and nursing personnel has also been set up. Okay, so this was about healthcare. Now, results of improvement of healthcare in India. Let's understand the result of improvement in health of healthcare in India. Very first thing is life expectancy. Life expectancy has increased. Earlier, it used to be very less. Now it has increased to 69.42 years from 26 years at the time of independence. Okay, first is life expectancy, which has increased. Okay, second thing here is infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate is the rate of death of a child below the age of 1 year. Okay, so its infant mortality rate has also reduced to 42 children, 42 children, 42 per thousand children, now to 147 per thousand children. Okay, so earlier it used to be 147 children who used to die per thousand children in 1951. Now it has been just 42 children per thousand children due to the improvement in the healthcare sectors and advancement in the healthcare. Okay, third point here is crude birth rate. Okay, crude birth rate has dropped to 22.1 from from 40.8, and death rate to 7 from 25.1 earlier. So crude birth rate is the total population of live birth per thousand population. Okay, it is called crude birth rate, right? Next topic is limitation of India's health system. Now, what are the limitation or the barriers or drawbacks of India's health system? very most important thing is lack of institution. Lack of institution. Here the point is there are only 558 medical colleges and 3110 dental colleges in India, which is as compared to population and the requirement very less. Okay. Second, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu have maximum number of college, which means regional disparities are there. The one city which has so many colleges, there are the city which do not have any colleges. Okay, so regional disparities is also there. Third is, despite the growth of the system, there are many places in India which do not have still adequate healthcare system, or people do not have access to the proper healthcare. Okay, so there are still many isolated places or many places which are not properly studied or not properly built. That's why the healthcare system is still very weak in those areas. Okay, so I hope you must have understand till now. I will continue the chapter in next video.